Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Michael and today I'm going to check whether I'm better off with a shorter driver shaft. I am a 12 handicap weekend hacker and I'm wondering if the off-the-shelf 45-inch shaft is too much for me. I want to find out if a shorter shaft will result in better accuracy, and if so, at what loss of distance. Let's do this. So a little while ago I did a video where I checked if a low lofted 2 hybrid could replace my 3 wood. Short story is that it can. I'll put a link to that video up there. The reason why I took my 3 wood out of my bag is that it's harder for me to control than the shorter shafted 2 hybrid. Now I'm a little guy, I'm only 1m78, which is between 5 feet 8 and 5 feet 9. And now, having said this, it's probably not hard to imagine that I'm struggling to control the driver with an off-the-shelf 45-inch shaft. So in this test I will be using my Titleist TSi3 driver. It has a 45-inch Tensei wide shaft weighing 66 grams. And I'll be comparing it to the 44-inch Ventus Blue Velocore, which is weighing 65 grams. Now, to make sure everyone understands, I'm not a fitter, I'm just a golf nut that likes to tinker. If you need advice, make sure to ask advice from your fitter or go to your PGA teaching pro. Now, having said that, I understand that cutting the shaft will be changing the weight characteristics of the build. So I'll probably will have to change the 8-gram weight on the head of the TSi driver to a bit heavier one. Now I have a 12-gram weight on order, but for this test I will not change the weight on the driver's head. So let me start up the Foresight Sports GC2. It does have an HMT unit, so I'll be able to collect both ball data and club data. You can all see how erratic I'm hitting it on the face. I'm using Pro V1 balls, Titleist. And in this comparison, my focus in terms of outcome will be on accuracy, swing speed and distance. Or in other words, what's the smash factor, being the ratio between swing speed and ball speed. I will hit around 10 to 15 consecutive shots with each shaft, collect the data, and obviously I will share the results. And since this weekend it's Ryder Cup weekend, 2021 Ryder Cup in Whistling Straits, I've chosen hole 16 of Whistling Straits. Enjoy! Alright, let's see what the data is telling us. I'm going to compare the two shafts on accuracy, club speed, smash factor or efficiency, distance, and we'll take a look how I did not hit center of the face, and we'll compare how hard it was for me to control face to path. But let's start with accuracy. Now on the 45-inch shaft there was one terrible shot. I think you could also see it in the replays, and I'm going to take the liberty to take it out. Leaving it in will just put more emphasis in the findings or on the findings, and taking it out won't change my conclusion. So these are the shot tracers without that errant shot. And these are the shot tracers of the shorter 44-inch shaft. And I think you can see it's pretty obvious. With the longer shaft, the deviation in width is almost 60 meters versus 33 meters with the shorter shaft. And the deviation in length is 32 meters with the longer shaft and 26 meters with the shorter shaft. So the shorter shaft wins in accuracy. So how about club speed? Club speed of the 45-inch shaft ranges between 91 and 97, averaging at 95 miles per hour. And strangely enough, the club speed of the shorter shaft ranges between 98 and 93, averaging at 96 miles per hour. I would have expected it to be the other way around, but the 44-inch shaft wins by a very small margin in club speed. Smash factor is pretty similar, not much in it really. And the 44-inch shaft is keeping up with the 45 in distance and even going further by the smallest of margin. Okay, when it comes to finding center of face, I'm a bit amazed really. It seems like I hit center-ish strikes more often with the longer shaft. You can see there are some toe shots with the shorter shaft. Yeah, so that brings up the question what it is, in my case anyway, that makes it harder for me to control the longer shaft. And if you look further at the data, then you can see that it's harder for me to control the face with the longer shaft. And in this test, that seems to be the reason why I am less accurate with the longer shaft. So, what does this all boil down to? Since I am only interested in accuracy in relation to distance, there can only be one conclusion for me, and that is that the shorter shaft is going into my bag. I do have to provide a disclaimer. Obviously I'm testing two different shafts, so the results will be influenced by how well the one shaft is working for me compared to the other. However, I do believe that the data is confirming that in my situation, face control with the longer shaft is the real issue. So, long story short, I do think a large number of amateurs might be better off with a little shorter shaft, a little shorter driver shaft. Alright, now in the meantime, it's Sunday evening late in the Netherlands, and America is roasting Europe in the Ryder Cup. So I'm going to close with congratulations to the US winning the 2021 Ryder Cup. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you all later. Bye bye.